About maybe 3 or 4 months ago, I started this challenge called 75 Hard, which is a fitness slash self development challenge. So the challenge itself is, I think, if you look at each individual like task separately, it's quite easy to complete. But I guess what the hard part about it is making sure that you complete all of the tasks every day. So the task are take a progress picture every day. Um, Read 10 pages of a self non-fiction book. Drink a gallon of water, a UK gallon of water. Um, Work out at least twice a day, and one of them has to be outdoors. And each session has to be at least 45 minutes. And stick to a diet of your choice, but there's no cheat meals and no alcohol. So yeah, like I think each individual quest is quite easy to complete. Like I didn't like if I was to just do one or two of them each day, it wasn't too bad. But completing all of them is quite tough. I'm not gonna lie. So I completed that. Well, I say completed because really and truly I failed it. And then if you do fail it, you're meant to start over again. But I didn't do it because of a couple reasons. So the first reason is because I started this, I think 76 days before going on holiday to New York, and I knew that. So my aim was just to complete it the day before, and then be able to do what I want in New York, and hopefully see results by the time I go on holiday. Uh, so that was one of the reasons. So because I didn't have the luxury, I knew that in New York I didn't really want to have to hold up other people's plans to do stuff because I wanted to complete 75 hard. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I didn't restart it, even though I failed it a couple times. And then the second one was also because I don't know, I feel like even though I wasn't doing it properly, I was liking the results that I was having, and I didn't want to break that mindset I was in by starting all over again and risk not staying locked in like I was before. So yeah, that's a couple of reasons why I didn't start again. So I kind of did my own version of it. But yeah, so my time doing 75 hard was quite interesting. I think the first couple of weeks, like when the excitement was still there, when it was still a new thing for me, like I was doing quite well, but I was working a lot harder than I should have, in the sense of that I wouldn't plan my days properly, so I would have to cram everything in like in the last few hours of the day. So I remember sometimes um I've had it a couple times where I've drank like 2 liters of water, and it's now 11 p.m. and I'm like, fuck, I need to drink 2.5 liters before it. Like 1 gallon of water is 4.5 liters, pretty much. So I need to drink 2.5 liters in 1 hour, and then at the same time I need to read 10 pages of a book as well, because I'd forget to do that. And during the day I wouldn't think about it at all. So yeah, so like I think the first two couple of weeks I struggled because I just wasn't good at managing my time, and I was quite um, lazy and not proactive enough. So yeah, but I think like the excitement of being able to complete it, and also having been set this challenge by a friend of mine, that's what got me through the first couple of weeks. And then after that, I think I got into a routine. I mean, I got some help to uh, make better use of my time. So I got tips such as like as soon as I wake up, going on a walk, and that takes a lot. That takes a lot of planning that I would have had to do later on the day out of me straight away. So it frees up my time a bit more. And yeah, I think like listening to other people's experiences and learning from my own mistakes as well. That's what helped me get through the initial like difficulties that I had. So yeah, like after that, I was kind of in a routine. Like I was doing well. I'd wake up, take a progress picture, then I'd go for a walk while I was drinking some water. I'd come back and then go straight to the gym, something like that. Obviously, I had to work as well, but because I was working kind of part time, it made it easier for me. And yeah, that's something that now that I've switched jobs and I work a lot more hours, I can kind of see the luxury I had of working part time before and having so much more time than I have now. And even the commuting was a lot less. So even when I'm not working, it feels like it's still not free time, not as much as it was before. But yeah, so like I say from week 4 to week maybe 6 or 7, I was pretty much on a roll. Like I was going on walks. I'll wake up, I'll do my morning routine. I'll also read books as well. Like everything was going swimmingly. But then there'd be a couple days where I'd forget about stuff and then I'd have to rush things. Or there were even days where I did fail it. So there were days where, for one reason or the other, mostly because of my laziness, I wouldn't uh I wouldn't complete 2 workouts. I wouldn't drink enough water. Uh, to be fair, I did well to stick to my diet because I don't know, in my head the main priority was the diet. So that was something that was like that is something that I couldn't break. So I can honestly say that I did well with the diet and I didn't have any cheat meals or drink. But all the other ones I did break at some point. Um, yeah, so there were like even there were days where I don't know, like looking back, it seems like, oh, why didn't I do it? But then during those days, I was like, bro, I can't do anymore. Like even simple things like taking a progress picture, which literally takes 5 seconds, it was still a struggle sometimes. And I don't know, I don't know. Once you get, for me anyway, once I get into a routine, like I would look for one little thing to break the routine, and like even though I'm doing well, it's just like I'm going back to square one. But yeah, so that was like the majority of the time. That's how I felt. Like I felt like I was doing well, but then there were 1 or 2 days that I'd mess up, uh, and then I once had a quite bad ankle injury, which meant that I couldn't walk or run or anything. So I didn't work out those days. Realistically, I probably could have done some other type of workouts, but I don't know. I just told myself that I couldn't do anything, so I didn't do anything. I still tried to complete all the other ones, uh, and yeah, towards the end, I think it was quite easy, but at the same time, I was getting a lot less disciplined because I think in my mind I knew that I already failed a couple times, and like I knew that even though I had an end date, I knew that I wasn't doing it properly, so it doesn't really count. So like I was getting a bit less serious and I was a bit more open-minded on failing and stuff. So like there'll be days that maybe I could try and squeeze in reading, maybe even if not 10 pages, I could read a couple, like maybe 5 or 6 pages if I had, like I could try and squeeze it in of a book, but nah, like I'd avoid it. And that's something that I need to learn how to do, is like even if I can't do something properly, trying to squeeze the most out of it that I can from a bad situation. That's something I like. If I can do, then it really helped me. Not just in this scenario, but in life as well. Um, but yeah, so like my time with it really was a lot of it, like, in terms of how I did in the challenge, obviously I failed, but I think I gained a lot in the sense of it created some good habits, such as reading that I'd never really read other than in school. Like, probably the last book I read before starting 75 Hard was Of Mice and Men in year 10 or something. But reading is like quite vital now. Like, I've not been doing it much because I've just got a new job and I'm still trying to learn how to live on a new, like on a new time frame. Like, the hours are different. Like, there's a lot to learn as well. Like, I come home exhausted and stuff. So, like, I know that's not great, but I'm gonna ease myself back into reading. Also, drinking water. Once again, I've not been doing it much recently, but I now understand the value of drinking water. I've always been alright at drinking water, but then drinking a gallon a day, I could see the results quite instantly. Maybe within a week or two, I could see clearer skin. I felt better as well. I felt hydrated all the time, and that's something I quite valued. In terms of the diet, with the diet, the results are interesting because the results I expected, which was to lose weight, wasn't really. I didn't really see any noticeable difference. But what I learned is that I am able to stick to something which is quite difficult for a long period of time. So, like, I committed myself not to eat carbs, or not to eat most carbs. The only carbs I had was fruits, veg. What else? Mostly fruits and veg, and even veg, I wouldn't have potatoes and stuff like that. Not like not starchy veg. So yeah, like, even though I didn't really lose much weight, and I'll get onto the reason why I think that is later, but the results that I gained, that I'm able to stick to something that, like, at first seems quite difficult, and something that is like so out of the ordinary in my life, because I've never really not eaten carbs in my life. So being able to do that was a big plus for me. In terms of the the 2 workouts a day, I think that I want to do work 75 hard again, and the next time I do it, I will probably ban myself from walking as a workout, because I feel like I'm in a position where walking is always going to be good, but for the goals I want to achieve, walking might not be enough for a workout. Or even if I do it as a workout, I can limit it for at least maximum 3 times a week. Like, because I am trying to progress with my football, walking is not enough of fitness for me, and I should tailor my fitness, like my training sessions or my workout sessions, for the goals I'm trying to achieve. So walking is always going to be better than nothing, and walking is very good as well. Like, to keep generally fit is good, but for the specific fitness I need for football is not the best. Like, I could have easily gone on a 45-minute jog. Even just slightly jogging would have been better for walking, and maybe even if I wasn't jogging, maybe do a couple sprints, do a light workout or a training session in the park. Could have been better than walking. But at the same time, I enjoyed walking because, first of all, it takes the least amount of time to prepare. I literally just put shorts, put my shoes, get earphones, get my phone, and I'm free, and I'm ready to go. But every other workout, say I go to the gym, I need to drive to the gym, or I need to think of what I'm gonna wear after I shower and stuff like that. Or if I'm going to train at the park, I need to get my training equipment, I need to drive myself to the park, I need to do all that. But walking was a very low friction workout. So I like that sense of it. And I also liked the fact that walking indirectly developed 2 other habits that I now have, which is listening to podcasts and calling friends as well. And like, because I had 45 minutes of walking, so at first I was listening to music, but then I thought, okay, let me try and a bit let me try and do other things other than listening to music. So I started listening to podcasts, which is something I enjoy doing still. And I started calling some friends that I might not have spoken to in a while. So those are things I've also learned from 75 Hard. Um, am I missing any other part of it? The progress pictures. Yeah, that one. I think I struggled with that, even though it's something so easy because I wasn't seeing results, and it was a bit um difficult to take pictures. But that it was difficult mentally to take pictures and not see progress. So I was like, oh, I don't really feel like taking pictures. And like on the day, I'd feel like, oh, I just forgot about it and stuff. But then now looking back, I feel like, yeah, I was just avoiding the realization of not achieving the progress I expected. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much a recap of my time doing 75 Hard and what I learned and stuff. Yeah, I want to do it again. I've been meaning to do it again, but like, because I have just started a new chapter of my life. I'm like still like, I don't know, maybe it's an excuse or maybe it's generally the case, but I'm still like trying to learn how to balance work and everything else with the new job I'm at. And like, I don't know if doing 75 Hard now would help me. It probably could help me in the sense that it would speed up that time of me like partying up my time. Like, I'll be forced to do it now, but at the same time I feel like I don't want to have to think of, oh, I need to work out, I need to do this or do that right now, because I'm still in the learning stage. I'm still trying to get used to this new settings I'm in. So I don't know, I'll think about it. Like, this video, wow, I started off this video thinking that I had nothing to talk about, but now I've been filming for 18 minutes, so I'm sure, like, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I'm still learning. I'm sure that once I improve, the videos will get shorter and more concise and more there'll be more retention, hopefully, anyway. Like, I'll summarize things better and yeah, make videos like down to 8 minutes. But yeah, for now, they're still gonna be very low quality videos, and yeah, I'll try and improve video by video and see how that goes. But yeah, if you made it this far, then wow, thank you very much. But even if you watched, like, even if you just clicked the video or you watched 10 seconds, 30 seconds of it, then thank you as well. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.